Oh, hello. Hello, yeah, yeah, I had to cut off at the end of the form of episode in the related this, but, yep, here's the thing, yeah, you heard all already the end of the book, of forces said already, but here's the thing, yeah, for my thing, the rebels all we took over homes, and there's some sort, homes is all we took over, so I found out those all we news all already about, missile launches within Damascus. At the end of this is a pre version of the fight. I thought it might be Russian spy first, but then I found out that was the rebels. And they end up the rebels. And they end up surrounding the freaking uh, uh in the surrounding the shoot down like a remain Russians and remain Iranians in Damascus right now. This is a sneak sense. They're found out. They compared to the end of the scene already. So so here's the scene right now. If you look at the map right now, that is in the compared to the end of the scene right now. There's multiple. Let's give me a couple of days to the end of for the rebels of the reach upon homes to Damascus, and they end up, despite it is a shorter distance of some sort. Yeah, otherwise, I might bring up the map soon enough. The way it is, it is about what's going on. It's related this, so it's kind of what did you gonna see and suspect from this? So there's all the way. If you see in the chat and all the way in the Forcer's chat, it did mention all the way about the Erdogan speech and the Western civilization. That's not true, and that's just Turkish propaganda. Also, they said the U.S. defense news about the end of is Turkey and Israel the end of with U.S. support at the end of then it go in the invade right into is Syria with the with one thing I just don't like about it. They said the Russia and Iran is end up have to save Assad. They end up in the in in Syria to solve World War III. Well, I hate to say this, I don't like that. It's not true. Really, as you know about the Forcer, all the other YouTubers saying it. Yes, they're evacuating Syria, not helping Assad. So that's not true. Also, right top of it as well. Yeah, and they're literally evacuating from the rebels, not in the end up in the end up in the end up what they said. I don't know where the U.S. defense news says they got their source from. I don't know if it's MSNBC or CNN, and I kind of say that's not this what's going on. I am so sorry. I'm to the U.S. defense and the end up by saying that that's not true. So yeah, it's kind of I like I said. So the way it is. So I found everything true. I found out also on top of it as well. I found out but also heard that the Assad is also it is heard already from the force that the end up is he's already in Moscow, but he's traveling to Tehran. Yeah, the problem is I don't know that this is how true this can get, but I do not know what's gonna happen. So some sort. If you go into the map of the Syrian civil war now, in which I'm trying to get that up right now, as you know, and please, if I get up to that first. Okay, so yeah, I'll just show you the map right pretty soon enough. Here it is. it been 100% taken by the rebels already. So they might take all the city by tomorrow mostly by tomorrow afternoon. But I did again the comments is tomorrow morning. Well, oopsie on me, but it's not tomorrow morning. It's tomorrow afternoon in U.S. time. So which means so which but here's the if Holmes is fallen, that means that the next one's gonna be in a today in some sort. I already knows it already, and they end up and Assad is planning a last stand within Damascus. And they end up and already the ones by Domama and others on the southern side. It is also already Jordan has already did close down all checkpoints right into Syria because of the tribute to the rebels. So yeah, that's also news that I didn't comment, but I'm not gonna just had to jinx it. So that's why I had to say it here. So yeah, so we end up. Then I found out that what they're doing, SBG, which is a Syrian Taliban counterfeit force, and they end up with this in full name as Syrian Salvation Government, is in the plan to encircle Damascus, and they end up from the north, and the trouble from the north from Homs, and then from the south, pushing north. So they end up trying to encircle that. So this is why it's not going to be a quick process to take over the capital. It's going to be let's see, multi-day or 2 weeks process because they want everyone here. There's some sort of result. Yeah, I pick SBG, so then I might look forward to take over. Next is taking Lakia and Tartarus, which is right on the coast. So they end up trying to block off the Russia and Iran and the support with the Sikhs to the Manchurian to block off trade to the side before the last stand, which is more recommended at the end of the do at this point. So they end up so not be surprised that's gonna be the next step for them. So already. So so under her news already they end up such a did cause an infidis and the problem is I be they're gonna be stuck right on that border within Homs and Ragar and there is Azur. Yeah, I've been stuck on the border point there and can't move much further because I think the rebels all the way, the SBG, I mean, just all the way took over Homs and they take the whole entire territory for themselves. So, which means, yeah, that's gonna be what that is for sure. And then for real at that point, just like if that's what's going on. And also, so And, then, and also they got all the way got hurt all the way, but the U.S. occupation forces are now going north. I think they try to take Palmyra, which is right close to them, to the end up for themselves, to trying to then line up with the SPG in the case an invasion in the future does come. But yeah, and I think that when people say that it is going to become infighting, I think Versace might be cease their fire at the post and then open up checkpoints in that area. So instead, they open up checkpoints within the border with Homs and also with Hama government there. And at this point, under Versace, they still might face up as SPG for a Lobo when they claim this area. But I think for the Democratic Free Syrians of some sort, they might be the buying the Democrat forces in the white face SBG Western Homes, which is although they kind of declared that they own it because of the American occupation era and LTIF. So, which can give clues all already that there's this going to be a Lopo in Homes government is kind of disputed. And as you see one from the map earlier, made by an X. main base state or East main base, and they did show the full map related to this, to relate it to the what the post era is going to be. So yep, so that automatically means for right now that there's some sort, and then they had to so so I know the be serious, so they might automatically take Damascus for themselves. I don't hear this so related this. The SDF, aka sort of bunch of Kurdish and Syrian made anarchists and communist forces, which is both combined unknown. They claim a lump of it themselves, but in the problem is SBG has an full claim to it. I'll probably see that they might divide the Lobo up and then end up let them claim it, but I don't think it's gonna be happening. It's gonna be disputed by territorial claim, so they'll see why. So that will never happen in the case for to to the way to itself, to the some sort. Now, so related to the issues of ISIS at this point, well, ISIS is still controlling the oil wells, so there's some sort of around there. So the Assad fells fall. What's going to go on in them? Well, they've pretty much been done by top of the side. So ISIS will not come back to Syria in this point of not uprising this and at this point it's still not going to be involved. Well, some sort. Yeah, so I think the southern also the southern front has now became a thing, which is anti-authoritarian. Yeah, this is related to the I found out the Southern Front is now formed, and they end up in the Southern Front. Remember I said earlier about this is in areas of purple. Yep, the areas of purple form their own opposition force known as the Southern Front. The Southern Front is technically now Syrian nationalist and anti-authoritarian, which is against SBG. Instead, they disputed with the Free Syrian Army, aka the forces of the related Revolutionary Commando Army, which is in Al Tif at this point. So they'll and all this type of jazz. So which automatically means they're kind of so that's part the Southern Front. And they end up in the purple region is related to both the SPG and also the US occupation force. And they end up located in this exclave there, right right at the borderline Syria, Jordan, and Iraq is. Let's see if you didn't know the one I'm talking about. So you kind of see all the way. The Southern Front is a headquarters in Amman, which is in the Jordanese capital. So the route is kind of ready to the end of set the boots back into Syria. Then they end up trying to fight back against us. So they come back with the rest of Assad. It's also there's technically if you don't know what the Southern Front is, it's a free Syrian Democratic Force, which is almost like SDF, but they're against SBG. So they're literally ready to the end of return back to Syria to the fight against Assad, as known as Assad is planning to surrender to the end of as you know as you please. This might be think right now. Although, like I said, you can see all the way that the troops are leaving this one, they take it easy. But I don't think Damascus will be an easy ride to victory. And at this point, not for sure yet, I mean, you can still have a lot of distance between it. But in them, as you saw on the map, but they're already. But so, like I said, if Damascus does get abandoned in other ways, technically Assad's regime will fall 100% if they abandon it. So abandon Damascus. But I'm pretty sure this gonna be like I think Damascus is gonna be like up to 100,000 strong, if not a million troops strong on an SPG, Syrian, and even in the U.S. occupation force in LTF, and there was a couple like 500,000 to the strong with Assad. So this like I said, the Free Syrians are not. They're literally forced converting the end of all the troops and the end of for the phone switchover are loyal to Assad to the loyal to the Free. So that's exactly what they're doing, and this can see climb up the troops over a million real quick. And then they end up encircled around Damascus, which is a city, which is claimed as their capital. So, um, the Syrian Arab Republic. So, which means this is this and they end up surrounding it, and they had to make the fall a little bit more easier than it is. So it is surrounded. Assad in the cities has no chance of they kind of abandon the city, or even worse, evacuate by top of it as well. Which it kind of gives more proof though that they end up this encirclement will be a priority, that they end up this might be turned to be that they end up be a victory for the sector for both sides. So what's gonna be the end up for what's gonna be right after the Syrian Civil War? Most of the comments in the fourth Syrian end that said there's gonna be infighting. I kind of disagree with both Enforcer and the comments. Yeah, I kind of say one now. I will say there's gonna be like a dividing line to the within it. I know Lopo and Holmes' government is gonna be like disputed at the end of by this, and then it's some sort of thing. And then I know the war's gonna be like continue, but it's gonna be continued as a Cold War. Yes, as a Cold War. And I'm gonna say this right now. The Cold War, and then it lasted for quite a long time. So, which automatically means it's kind of similar scenes and similar situations in Libya. If not, it's gonna be similar situations like in Iraq. Because at the end of, they are peacefully, but they'll literally have a very hard time to recover for the larger from the civil wars that have been there for like over right across the 15 years. So they've seen already. Under the unknowns is SPG's aligned with Turkey, so some sort. Yeah, they said that they want to amber I might be saying it might form a counterfeit at this point. But they end up to it makes more sense to yourself. So compared to the way it is, the majority of the so we got some more updates that were later towards the offense and then when they end up what's going on. So so the six Palmyra is given this extinct territory. It says there's significant events on Operation Forces, which is a see this the line near the white and red lines on is kind of taken as a disputed territory. Yeah, this I was talking about disputed territories, so you can tell already they're trying to take over Palmyra. Every disputed territory is going to likely be questionable by the peace treaty after the fall of Damascus, and then that will not be until later. So it just makes sense. So there's the see why the southern Syrian area is like it says by the southern front, which is controlled by the so technically the southern front is in the leaving Jordan in the line results with the Free Syrians within with in Dharma and also in Sarada there. They end up the plan is that they might push north towards Damascus. They're living close to Damascus from the south. The problem is they might stop right close to Damascus and then line up with the SPG and also the American occupation forces are not far behind as reinforcements for the case of the coming fall of Damascus in the coming days. So so it really means for sure today, yeah, those forces are more democratic. They're not aligned with SPG. They're not even aligned with the Syrian National Army. So instead, they're living like aligned with the Revolutionary Commando Army there, which is aligned with, you guessed it, with the U.S. as well. Yes, the U.S. is now controlling not only the Russian army, the SDF, also they will control the Free Syrians themselves. So this will be the end up against Turkey, then the end of they can believe in what you're doing. So, it makes more sense. So, already. Also got the Dons group there within the alignment of rebels. We're gonna see why. Yeah, this area right here is still ongoing, but in the Azor there, when the Wasatch force, they take on the whole city anyways. It's technically Wasatch victory all the way by that point, but it's SDF. So I kind of say SDF then has one there, but the real problem is this disputed regions, and I might be saying the need might go stop right at the border of Homs and also Hama government border with Raqqa and also with the Deir border as well. You just stop right there because more further than that, within the border is more uneven. Just not be surprised that they might stop at that area and then end up just cease fire in operation at this point on the south, and then more focus within the north for the Lopo. So I think after they take over the border with Becca and in Dazizar, they might cease fire operations for the SDF there and send volunteer forces within the other three Syrian operations to to the south to try to help out with the volunteer force with the end of with the possibly of the fall of Damascus. So that's gonna likely what's likely gonna happen. Instead, after doing the ceasefire, there's some sort of Libya hunt down the remaining of ISIS, aka Islamic State. The militants there within the areas where the sun never done right across the face, which they end up being missed. So which gotta say right now the Hubble so gonna be start gonna be a hunting gathering operation and after the board's been set then they end up within the areas and then they end up the operation is gonna start from there, which makes sense. And already seen already, Homs has already been taken by the rebels, and Hamas also took him over by the rebels, also already taken over by the rebels. So already so so technically Versace to the end of my plan to possibly take back Aleppo after the size of military ends at this point. To the end of pushing them back. So after the Saud's military is gone, after their surrender, I think Versace and my plan to take back Aleppo and to push them all the way back to 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 Albib, which is in they started from. So yeah, Versace had that claim territory there. Aleppo is the key point to the end up for the famous take back Aleppo for the some sort. And not be surprised that the Syrian National Army and SBG after the fall of Damascus, they might go back to Aleppo, send out the troops, and then they benefit against the SDF for Aleppo again. So they might go possibly see two falls of Aleppo. To the end of the first fall, Aleppo happened on the side, and also the second one with the SBG take lost to SDF in the future. so they claim this area as well. That will not be nice. So then, as you should know already, hold on a minute. So yeah, as you know already, yeah, both sides of the claim that they end up locals in the facility theirs. So at this point, but here's the SDF has no planning. In the end, this might be it's possible Rosasha has no plans to take over Homs and also Hama because they have a strict quartering that they're within the this most of you guessed it. All the Assyrians and Kurds are they're within this quarter, so they might only take a Lobo, and that might be true and out for this. Some sort that's gonna be like it's gonna be. Yeah, but the free Syrians, so they might be having issues within home, so they get under the free Syrians with the U.S. might be and they be contested with homes, and then at this point, which means that under the free Syrians and Democratic forces, they might not only take over the Democratic area, but also some sort. That means the SPG might have full control of the port towards Al Arab of some sort, but not be the Democratic force, and it might be then that might be at war against SPG for a very long time. Even with the support with the American military, you need to give more clues related to the end of what's going on there within Syria. The end, which makes sense. So yeah, so compared to what's going on right now, I might put it, and I will get updates in the more. We said about the map and others an X-ray one and some sort. It did have the map all the way on X all the way, but let me find it first. It was on the end of I had to go through everything. It said here. I believe this is from I think the main base state. Let me find that first. Of course, I'm freaking this in the way. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Epic main base state has a map. At the end, it shows you what's going on here. Oh yeah, also the good they had those hashtags there, so they had some sort. So yeah, already so you already know about the budget and flying all the way from you guessed it from the poster. And then but already they do have a map and don't what happened to it, so I think it's that from maybe state that it did post it already. Yeah, I need to see me oh crap. Hold on. When they switch up the main base state. Yeah, my bad. So maybe main base states there, check the profile, check over Mia side and so this is a map I was talking about. So yeah, as you know already, so this is right before the planting of Hama. But you can see the yellow and white lines and at this point over Maka. Yeah, like I said, as you should know, Maka's number 3, as you know. And then yeah, like kind of think the SPG and Rosasha might be possibly find that possibility to the end because SDF has claims of a Lobo as well. To this point, I know in the SPG that end up is now siding with them, but after the Assad left at this point, SPG then the way wanted to end up. I think SDF and them might end up declared treason within the within they'll end up in SDF and then start fighting against each other. Which I guaranteed all the way SDF will win this, and well, at this point, they make the proper border so they're within Turkey. But also, all the way got the Democratic in the Free Syrian area within Homs already in number 9, which is marking green and white crosshairs already, which the reason is, well, the reason is out there. Right there, this is by the Revolutionary Commando Army is. Do not know all the way in spite of this, in all we saw already over Palmyra and also Homs was already divided by the two separate Syrian armies. The Democratic all the way into the east and SPG over capital Homs on the west. So they might invade against each other just to by a couple small battles of some sort that they regain confidence. I might be saying that they end up. I kind of say that they end up because of the American troops, so they end up Revolutionary Commando. They might see the second fall of Homs again, thanks to the Democratic Syrian forces. So where do they end up? Where the Salvation military that might go through? The main white borders really includes with the numbers up 278. That's 278. That's gonna be the possibly the main areas for the Salvation Force. I might be saying right now. I don't think they're contested. They might be claiming those all the way as their own for over 10 years. They already claimed it already, so it's there. So I think they're not gonna be changing there. So it's kind of same right now. So any chances that in the end of this divide by 3 will happen. Compared to all the way is all the way are already in Syria and already is so, which is kind of true. And also there's some sort. Also, as you know already, and the force does not know about this of some sort. So all the way, as we already know, the end of the Salvation government in Syria is all led by with Sufi Sunni Islamist. There's also the claim is terrorists. The government is not recognized by the UN because it's some sort of similar to see in Afghanistan, but the Taliban. Also, there's a new analogy that I do not know about from them. Known as technocracy, which means the whole time governments are led by technicians, and that might be a violent issue. You're learning to see why. That means the Salvation governments are going to have a huge advantage with tech, which means they're going to end up they have possibly take over 3D printers, 4D printers, drones, and also a huge amount of tech because the government is run by tech. That means they can use the tech with a huge advantage and they end up against Assad, which was going to be some sort of what happened to some sort. Well, such reports might have a hard time in the face against them, despite too strongly with the American military and with them too. So that's giving them more clue that there might be things that are turned to be a Cold War instead of a continued Civil War. So after Assad surrenders, the Civil War will end there. But it's gonna be like Libya, this is gonna be like a turn to a civil conflict. Sure, then against two separate governments. So they got the forces of Aleppo and the forces of Damascus, and then same situation, and this will not end very well. There's some sort. So this is why I probably say this is even the same situation as in Libya. Also, it's a similar situation already, and possibly in ceasefire Yemen. Also, at this point, what's not involved in Russia and Iran. So it's technically the end of starting to think right now. Because the Turkish holdings with the SPG, with the United States holding with the Democratic Free Syrians. So look at that means so the probably what's going to happen is it end up this turned out to be like a Syria to look at the pre-second civil war in Libya because the end up the, the Taliban counterfeited they could control all Aleppo with Damascus led by Democratic Free Syrians. And at this point, well, Sasha is not gonna be taking a part of Syria instead of a part of the Kurds, similar to seeing Iraq with Iraqi Kurdistan. There's some sort. This might help guarantee Iraqi Kurdistan and gain way more resources if they face against Iraq later on in the future. So I'm not very worried about that right now. So that's most likely it's real gonna happen from them right now. This is gonna be like the same scenarios known as the Syrian crisis in the end to continue for years on. They're gonna be still gonna be infighting of some sort, but they're not gonna be. It says it's gonna be more like a proxy war instead of being like a civil war. So it's gonna be like a proxy. Similar situation to see in Libya, but it's gonna be like a situation like that. This is where it comes to be. So some sort. That's likely is what's like that's gonna happen. Although the Syrian flag will change, and also the Syrian name will be. I think the North Syria side is gonna be the like a if, as a caliphate to some sort. Well, the compared to the south side of Syria, it's gonna be more democratic in some sort as a more like make a what how to compare to say this a parliamentary republic of Syria of some sort some which makes sense. So that's gonna be then might be safe for sure. And here's thing the other possibilities in the end that it might stop infighting preventing go to the Syrian crisis and the end it just allowed it instead it shook peaceful it shook hands for peace with the both Democratic and Free Syrian Army with the SPG working together to form one Syria for the whole time Syria, but need to keep but do it without SDF, some sort without SDF on their side. Need to form one Syria at this point, but without having SDF, which is they had to do with Raqqa and other regions by the Euphrates River at this point. That might possibly will happen too, is it because of possibility of then again if they give you clues right now, they will not take on it if it's exactly for themselves. Because especially the SPG does not have any resources and also any tech to face on the huge force of the American military and European military within the Kurdish state. So the people, I think the possible Kurdish independence will happen in Syria, thanks to the also the Syrians too. So I think the check the government within Syria right now, they're not fully Kurdish. They're instead more Assyrians. If you do not know who Assyrians are, those are other type of people not related to Islam, but mostly Orthodox Christian within Syria too. Yes, they're Christians in Syria, not Assyria. I mean Syria. They end up they look at SDF. They end up so related is so that I found out they're led by the Syrian Democratic Council. As you know, compared to all the knowledges that they have already in this area, they're not Kurdish at all. But instead, they're instead there's going to make an anarchy. So technically, anarchists and communists combined on different forces. So they end up led by Democrat Catholicism, which to give people truths is known as the anarchist group in the form of Kurdistan, which is kind of based on the truth. But here's the thing: this force is not all Kurds. You need to see why. If you look real closely, you got like you have some Syriac relics. Here's an example right now. You got the SUP, which is second known Syriac Union Party. There's a sense here, it says Assyrian Syriac interest, which, if as you know right now, Rosasha is not 100% Kurdish. Instead, they'll literally be like technically 50% is Syrian, 50% Kurdish, no, 25% Kurdish, 25% others, which includes Arabs too, which is so, or it kind of make it, or a better way to say it to the end of about Rosasha at that point. Let's cut to, instead of being 50% of the series, it's going to be 25, 25, 25, 25. Either way, it's about Rosasha. So, and we give you the truths. Some sort. So, Rosasha is, so 20% Kurdish, 25% Assyrian, 25% Arab, and 25%, well, 25% Turkic. Based from the Russian Caracas regions and also from the Karabakh region, so they within the Russian Caracas regions, which is in the right north of Georgia and Azerbaijan. And then it has a back away from Russian rule to Syria. They end up in the form of their own government that they claim to be the SDF. So that's technically who they are. And yet, all those tribes work together, form a government, 100% anarchist, and technically less than 5 or 10% communist, would they then reform anarcho communists themselves, or kind of close to be. Yeah, I think because of Saud's military abandoned communism and the war, because of the communists and absorbed the anarchists, so it could just be 50% anarcho communists and then 50% libertarian socialists. So they kind of give you the truth. So the way it is. This government, at the end of all already, the end of scene will not be a big issue against the Democrat Free Syrians. It will be issue the SPG, but not won't. But the Free Syrians of the CDS is the main piece of the puzzle, and everything they might want to keep as independent. So they'll see why. Although back then, the Kurdistan do not Kurdistan, what I say, I mean, Rosasha did say they do not want to be independent. I mean, now kind of changed their mind recently about the fall of the possibility of SPG growing and then going to be a threat. And then, of course, the problem is the same like autonomous, which I think the reason they're autonomous is because of Assad. But since Assad's gone, they'll probably be independent by peace treaty. But and then instead, I think even without the SDF on their side, Syria's going to turn out to be similar situations in Libya related to the issues already that they had to go through. It's like a Syrian crisis or the Syrian Cold War of some sort. But the Turkey could have full control of, you guessed it, SPG and others, which they had aligned with mostly with the Turkey-led coalition, which is probably gonna be Azerbaijan and even most of West Asia, not West Asia, Central Asia too, but aligned with Turkey. But then and then they got the Free Syrian Army, and then they end up might be in line that in the most Europe, United States of some sort. Russia might be joined the side with the Free Democratic Free Syrians as well in this Cold War. Really gonna know that because Kurdistan will be independent after the civil war ends. Thanks to Russia rule. The team up not only with the Arabs but also with the with technically with the Caucasus, also with the Syrians too. So this makes sense. So let's see. So it's, also it's also they did not know it's also it seems the Turkish in some regions which is technically Syrian Turkmeni system too. So they're within it too. So they give you a clue. So they give you more a clue there. They're led by co-presidents, which is technically diarchic. I think it's because the system is so weird. I think they have co-chairs, co-presidents. It's kind of related to the same thing in the NSC out of, if you know, in history of the Spanish Civil War, with Aragon and Catalonia led by the FAI time rule. It's gonna be like that. Since it's gonna be in both Sasha, it's gonna be like that for real. It's just as you know in history. So to try to avoid to downplay for the truth. So we end up to give you more into the tensions of it is, and I can't get out of that somehow. So because it's stream. Here we go. You also got the so technically because they took an it's for the S so take it over to the SB SSG. I don't know why I said SBG. I meant it means SSG, the Salvation Government, aka the Syrian Taliban counterfeit army. That's the one now. It's a you see already. It's just, this says or the point to be everywhere, but I don't think that's true. And I need my form to say a Taliban counterfeit rule. Let's see why. They're led by technocracy. But they end up, if we by the seeing the reading already, for sure. So they're kind of led by a couple of technicians. Technicians in the government to try to help them to end up by higher tech. If you know from Hoi 4, from the New Order, there's some sort, you can get clues a little what they talk about here in this terminology. This is a newest analogy which I never heard before. Either this is like read this to yourself and then know what I'm talking about. Why I'm talking over what been going on. This is the way it is. What that is, I think this is technically being SSG to the huge boost in your technological experience, and they end up more related to the higher increase of the end up usage of newer technology that they end up face in future times, and then which is going to be huge technical boost in the Middle East, and if they hold it. So at this point, which means this might be the possibility that might help if they get full control away from the Democratic Syrians. They have taken a huge full control and the technology that they to build more tech of some sort. That means any weapons that the SSG will build will relate to new tech, with newer guns of some sort, or newer weapons which United States, Russia, or Iran does not have. These are China, South Korea, and Japan. These are even Taiwan or Southeast Asia as well. They do not have. They will build it. It's like new. So they can do make weapons newer and everywhere without even get started off. Notice that those newer technology plans of some sort. Hell, it kind of feel that they end up SSG will make 4D printed weapons before the Burmese can in their civil war, as you should know. This is a giant feat for the US because I don't know their weapons are more inferior than theirs, and there's really be things like it's gonna go wrong very quickly. So that's kind of you see that's why I call this the nightmare of the military that might come to be if they leave them long enough. So to see why. This is to give you clues along what I'm looking at here. So compared to all of the reading, that it went through all the way, even the history there. The Technocracies is made by Howard Scott in the 30s, but yeah, that's not related to the Syrian situation. So read it as you please, really, compared to the way it is. So yeah, that's second SSD I'm looking at in the future, which I'm kind of afraid that the weapon's going to be way more fancier than the swords, which is make these more harder to fight. But they of some sort. I think it's also another reason why Assad is also backering this Syria because they don't have the weapons on par to the SSG at all. Is because I know they're way more advanced. Is because I kind of think they by 4 years that they'll be under ceasefire, they built those weapons by hand so they'd be more advanced than by Assad. So they're to fight with. That means Libya had to withdraw, otherwise the whole time military will be killed, which is the truth. Compared to what we know already, to, to compare to the failure of the history and shit. So this is the way it is. Which is not surprising compared to know already to the end that can be more inferior. So you end up so it it's they're literally kind of manhandling the end of the technocracy movement so strong could it have been by using technologies into big markets and otherwise so to the negative inferior part of their economy. So technocracy is technically like technicians in the government. So they end up to form themselves at this point to end up being a tech giant in all of the Middle East. So I think they're trying to do is they try to face off against like the technology giant countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and UAE with Dubai and Abu Dhabi with the huge technology being and it just points to one point state. So yeah, it kind of gave you clues there of what you're looking at already. Also, by the words already from the Forster, yeah, SSG is a type of government ruled by Iron Fist, but the end up and then also by the words of the from East Main Base and others, in the end, it's all you. These governments will probably not going to be free at all. All your rights could be stripped right off. So it kind of gives you the point of what you're looking at. Also, the force that it says is giving the leadership is going to be similar as what the U.S. went through with killing the leader in Pakistan back in 2010 to 2009 and claim all the way. And oh no, I kind of look at it as between the Pakistani Taliban or it's going to be Islamic movement of Uzbekistan, which that is not related to the Taliban. It says related more towards ISIS, which is a whole different form of government. So that's I don't know where he got that from. So this me, but I kind of say one now. It's a whole different situation, and I'm not gonna go down that route. So it's another rabbit hole, but I had to research of it, and this might take me months. So I better not continue down that route per se right now. So in the it's already had the National Army secondly the Turkish force and otherwise, so they compare the way it is. Also, they got the U.S. Occupying Force, which is a revolutionary commando army, which is connected with the Southern Front. So they end up just related to them. So it's just also those are the forms of force that might be the SCG, and they might have to fight for in the future. And they cancel that. Or even though this is a lot of talking about what the potential Syrian crisis. No, this could be in government infighting, not militarily but politically, for a very long time. So you kind of looking at is the way I can kind of agree with this. So kind of kind of say right now it's but that's kind of end up the truth, and then they say a little right out there. So they put the truth. So compared to the end of looking at right now, since we get back to the way it is. So and kind of looking at right now, yeah. So you have to really stand up there to the end of case one more stuff related to this, and there's some sort in the end up which is in the end up know already. So how's this the last stance gonna be? So this is say per se. I'm most likely gonna look at is if the fall homes happened, it end up per se, they might surround that territory with iron grip and they try to hold tightly. They take a couple days right down the highway, which ramped Aleppo within all the way to Damascus. It is some sort. Although the because of the Revolutionary Commando Army, Homs is really hard to the end of good control because of the end of the Democrats really in some sort. But the might be all three of them might work to get all four of them might be saying they might work together. They end up making Turkey surround Damascus, forcing Russia and Iran to withdraw Damascus way faster. And also, as you know already, they heard already the last couple of days, Assad is no longer in the government in Damascus. Instead, the technically that means the judicial, parliamentary, legislators of some sort. The buildings are completely free from Assad, and they'll let me free for the taking. But the military did not leave Damascus. They're living there to the set up a last stand. If the military sees it's a little bit too much to fight off, they can say that they can cowardly out to the chicken out and leave Damascus fully free for the rebels take over to make the true fall of Damascus. So that will not happen in the coming days, in the coming weeks, and then to continue on. There's some sort that it comes to be. Compared to the already is right now, I'm still waiting to see what's going to coming on and then for them and what's going to continue on for the further future related not only from both sides but also from the different theaters. So yeah. So yeah, and I'm for others I think for other things that I might check out at this point is there was for continuing updates and there was so that's technically what's going on right now related to this. But to get back to X right now, let's see any updates that are related to this and to the other updates of what's going on. Some sort. I'm not gonna do questions in this one because I'm kind of making more serious. They're trying to be question free. In the case of the more into the viewers and other stuff related, and I barely touched that somehow. Okay, so 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 we're going back to the crap. Going back to the end of to to the hashtag side and then the related stuff. So far, the Founder for Laws Global, as it should know already, it took Israel. It might be taking full command of the full military there. Like I said right now, like I said, World War III will never happen. Also, it's really in. Also, do not tell you in the Russian. We know like I said, I think the Russian and Israel fully enough peoples in there are volunteer force, not the military invasion. They try to do this at the end. They try to free out the government to allow the rebels in. Now, Assad is, as you know, Assad is all the way out. You should know already. So, so really means one right now. So, as you should know already, what they're looking at right now is probably a Libyan situation. Although they'll still be fighting, but they're mostly political fighting, not military fighting. Similar to in Libya, and at this point, but there's similar situation in Libya, but it's going to be like mostly a source. So this is why I end up saying this end up like a Cold War when it happens. So give you as a truth. This doesn't make sense. To the compared to the way it is. So here's another picture of the rebels, and to see the way here it is. To check the latest side. So yeah. Oh, here. Oh wow, I love that one. So you can tell what's going on with here. Yeah, they're going to be comparable all back in 1975, the fall of Saigon. Also, in 1996, the fall of Kabul, when the United States got Kabul from the Taliban at one time. And now they look at Syria 2024, the probably the fall of Damascus, and then they end up in Western hands to take over this. But here's the thing right now. The fall of Saigon is technically a win for China in Russia at the time, away from the US, which is a whole different story. Think about the fall of Kabul in 2021 and the Taliban took it back. So, can I give you some sort? They're already so yeah. So yeah. So you kind of look kind of closely already. So that this might be a setup. So there might be a seed of possible fall of Kabul. So yeah, the way it is. The sure don't look at already. So yeah, the technically. So so yeah. So yeah, this picture, this cartoon almost assumes it all. But here's a scene one now. So The question is Ukraine has something to do about this? I would say no. They kind of chose it themselves. Remember, this is Trump years, it comes like almost a full decade before the Russian even invaded Ukraine. Hell, this is like 4 years before Russian invasion of Crimea. Cause so sort. How is this thing coming around? Well, the answer is the Arab Spring. The Arab Spring was a huge revolutionary wave which started not only the Syrian Civil War, also the Yemen Civil War too, which the might look at later on after the Syrian Civil War ends right there. Just a look at Yemen. Although the Yemen has their own situation with the Syrian Judicial Council and others, and they down one down later need to get the update for that into extremely later. So right now, more focus on to Syria right now. So there's a related this. So to give you more clues to the relate what's know what's going on. You can give a clue. So yeah, they kind of think this could be like a Syrian Aleppo, which is SSG, and then they get FSA, which is gonna be like Syrian Damascus. So there's some sort. Similar as like a similar situation as Libya Benghazi and Libya and Tripoli type thing. Syrians might go for the same way. So it kind of looking ways it's like this the same way. Yeah, Rosacea is giving its own thing. It's kind of similar as the Barbers in Libya. They end up there, form their own government that's not being recognized as a part of their own government. This is the form there. I think Rosacea gonna be the same way, but then in the morning, but with their own government, we compare the Barbers and never made their own government. So that's the difference there. So it's technically like three Syrians, but technically two, because Rosacea is not even Syrian at all, but Kurdish, aka Assyrians as well. It makes sense. Which give you more clues than enough at this point. All the way, so already, all the way is give you clues already. So, yeah, I'm so in a couple hours from now. They're seeing victory shots of Mahomes for SSG's victory for the sowing for the victory shots fired for them because they got it already. So yeah, game also for East Main Base, so they already did update all the way just like an hour ago at midnight. In the Eastern Daylight Time. East Main Base already did projected victory over Holmes, Syria to SSG. So the projected victory there. Which I mean, I meant by projected means the end of they got the so they got victory before they end up being made official. So it's kind of projected victory there. So yeah. So that's the update all the way from them. So yeah. So it's seen already. So that's technically what's going on. So I think ahead towards January. I'd not be surprised if they end up Syria will fall before New Year's. Yeah, as you remember, by the back into New Year's Eve 2000, when Vladimir Putin took his suit government in New Year's Eve 2000, I think Syria will be the same way for New Year's Eve 2025, when they end up Assad leaving the government and tell the speech that he's that means the real fall. That means Assad and will get the final speech of Syria on New Year's Eve uh 2024, in the end of the free series will take over by New Year's Day on January 1st, 2025. That's as official at that point. They got a win before New Year's, but it will not be official until New Year's Eve. But I'm probably for Syria itself as a surprise for the civilians for party. So that's might be not surprised to see. So yeah, so kind of get more close to it either way. So yeah, so so yeah, this is and I might be looking at for sure. So so compared to the right look at in the future of Syria, so some sort, who it is. So like I said, if the West takes over Syria, they had the land bridge. If they end up so that means U.S. and Turkey will work together. They send their fleet to land on Syria, and they just march all the way to Iran from there. So I think U.S. might be planning to do is it might use Syria and Iraq together get a huge borderline with Iran in Iraq. Because remember, U.S. still has bases in Iraq, and they never withdrew it after the Iraq War. Even with the Iraqi conflict also, they never withdrew all their troops. Yes, the U.S. still has troops stationed in Iraq, still to this day. The reason is, well, as you should know already, they not even left Iraq. Instead, literally stationed Iraq because of their fears of the growing war against Iran in the future. It makes sense. So it'll give you clues along know what's going on. So yeah, think these for serious victories and then give you clues on the most likely. See, United States might build bases in Syria, most likely in Raqqa, because of the SDF has control there. So they might build military bases within Syria that allow them to build more troops and fight more troops to the end of the for potential war against Iran in the future. So they might use both Syria and Iraq as potential bases for the American military to the end of known potentially their trading ground for potential war against Iran. So which it kind of gives you clues. So they're not exactly occupation. It's tending to do a regime change to similar situations in Libya, but they end up but a little bit like some sort. Yeah, West may basically and say this is this not exactly like Libya's gonna be like similar. It's like a hybrid with the Saudi Arabia with Afghanistan and Syria. So that's kind of not true. So this gonna be similar as in Libya. So you'll see why. So so like I said, SSG is more aligned with Turkey, but Afghanistan is more aligned with China. So that's a whole different type of can of worms. So that's not true. So yeah. So it kind of makes sense. So it makes sense. So technically, Syria might be divided from like northeast Syria on the one side, but by the Kurds ruling, and then they got the Free Syrians in the Syrian occupation. So they wrote the name only as Syria because the Syrian Caliphate leadership one side and the Syrian Democratic Forces other. So it will not be named like the Republic of Syria or the Syrian Caliphate. It's going to be likely named to to most likely just Syria. But end up that or AK South Syria that again that makes more sense to yourself. North Syria, which is technically Rosasha or Rosoja or whatever it is they named, which is technically the Kurdish Syrian took over there with Raqqa and others north of the Phoenix River, went across to the border of Iraq and Turkey. You're not shoot that area. They might be able to take over most likely by the forces already is by the Kurds of some sort form possibly is North Syria. That might be where the American troops might be in, but South Syria may be taken over only by Turkey, and the end of Turkey has more control. I know because of the proxy situation, I know Russia really want the land back from the Operation Autumn Tree that's been from a long time ago. They want that back by us by purchasing not purchasing by mostly by peace or on ISIS contract to get that land back to them. But they can but I know with that too, they can give that land on the side of they can allow what's a better replacement too. Oh yeah, but yeah, they can get that land back and as a side of any trapped Turkish troops in Rosasha, they can give back to South Syria as a better replacement. So any present Turkish and also SSG troops in Rosasha will be given back to them as replacement, as exchange, which is real happen as well. So I'll not be surprised this will happen as well. So so which means which is kind of makes sense right now. We don't know what's going on. I will give you more updates and then soon enough and more comes, so that makes sense. But the end up will give you the clue right now that they're looking at right now. Yeah, I compared to the end up looking right now, the Syrian Arab force is also in every coming soon. They might end up giving you the video about or stream related towards the fall of the Syrian Arab Republic in the future related to this. So going to give you so many some sort of to relate to this. Yes, also trying to collaborate with Anonymous and they end up they make the fall way more faster. To send an anti-assault propaganda more over the page more often. There's this makes sense. So yeah. So they give you more than a clue there than they end all the way looking at already. For sure. So they ended to give you more clues. So and as you should know already. So they end up. So how did they get all the way down the homes to Damascus? There's a highway right here known as Syrian Highway M5. M5 at the end is a highway that connects from Aleppo all the way down to Damascus. African SSGs using this highway to do rapid offense to go all the way down to Damascus, take over the capital from Aleppo. So that's technically what is going on. So I see why they take less than like a day to take over both not only Hama but also Homs in less than a day. So because they're literally to send our troops rapid the coalition down Highway N5 from Aleppo to the meet up with Damascus for the final last stand. So that's technically what's going on. So yeah, they could easily take over Al Namak and also take over as well Al Kafaya very quickly to meet up with the final. They might technically the outskirts of Damascus. At this point, so very quickly. So that might be coming up in the coming days. At this point, so after the fall homes happen, I think they're going to set up on the final last stand of some sort. The Forcer's gonna likely be streaming that. Other YouTubers might be streaming that. I might be streaming what related to the partial that. I might be stream my top of the Forcer stream as well, of my own stream. And at this point, related to this, but I'm not gonna do that. I might be the instead of my stream known as a post interview related to this and what's gonna happen. And so the fall serious stream and come up in the future. So stay tuned for that. So for the final 10 minutes, so this is what you set up for my closeout speech and then it relates to what's going on. So yep, the fall series is inedible. So some sort because as you saw already, the grip is in the for Syria is well kind of ran out. They give you more clues right now, but they're happy in the suspected are from there. So they're known even right now, but also of some sort. Where it is. So compared to the looking for right now, in the future, and for a little bit beyond, it kind of give a lot of clues so they compared to all of it know already. So kind of same right now. Compared to the look at the Fall of Saigon or Fall of Kabul, only once or twice. Also, compared to the Fall of Berlin in World War II, the best comparable of that. Yeah, there's gonna be a huge association because so they kind of say when the U.S.'s Fall of Kabul and 2021 is it kind of makes it reducted. You to kind of say yourself. Is that in the U.S. is in a places like Afghanistan with Syria, which give you a huge best amount of news ever in the end of some sort. So the end of for Russia, to lose in Syria means they lost all the Middle East. And not only to lose a lot of precious, huge amount of precious oil and huge cash grab in the Middle East. Which without Russia's oil and cash grab, they might discontinue the Ukraine war altogether, which is possible but not likely. So necessitate the Russian economy in the economy lower than the ruble way more faster. So they give you more than a clue. So yeah. So they give you more clues. So yeah. It's kind of related towards what's gonna happen in the future, what's gonna be coming in the future, what's gonna end up is enough Syria or the acting against us interested by the forces itself is off to the questionable. Meaning, for the final 5 minutes, there you have to do the final statements. For right now, yes, gonna give clue right now. Yeah, yeah. Is this the Syrian alumni beating the false Syrian probably will hurt well Russia and Iran in the future terms? Well, yes, but to give clues right now, well, technically, how they got into this mess in the first place? Well, the answer is Russia's war in Ukraine kind of hurt the Russian military a lot, not only by diplomatic reasons, also by military reasons. Also got protests related to the exposement of the government's harshness of these Vladimir Putin. The people want them out. So it kind of gives you the truth why Russia's not doing so good in Syria. Iran, on the other hand, it got destroyed by Israeli missiles constantly, bombarded by the Americans. Nuclear facilities and oil refineries in Iran been destroyed by Israel and America constantly. The military is garbage. The shows the Solomon. Protest tolerance against community is widespread. It's like almost like a revolution there. Yeah, Iran cannot hold. So that's Iran's other issue there. Pox is almost gone thanks to Israel. So the only down to the Houthis, but Houthis cannot support at all against Syria, so they're kind of screwed. Hezbollah lost their leader, thanks to Israel, as you know already. So that means only down to just one man rule in Hezbollah, so they will not last long. And now Hezbollah's going to be surrounded by Western powers, which for all sides. So how much good that's going to be for Hezbollah? Pretty much, well, doomed to fail at that point. So yeah. So that might be it for them. You know, so for the final, is the thing you're gonna say right now? Yep, yep. Like news gonna happen. Did you even start the air spring? And I know this will happen. Not surprised. So yeah, despite they had to wait with trouble 13 years for this, I kind of get it. So they give you more than the truth, and then the more as a potential grab, and then as it where it is. So they need to give you the sense of point right now. Yeah, like I said, a solid as a no was a no, what he's been waiting for over 20, 30 years. And I know, despite the use of chemical weapons, the ethnic cleansing, and also genocide, and then others over the years. Yeah, people see this as enough is enough. So they end up then. So I kind of say, well, no, I knew this was gonna happen, and they guilty for sure. They end up they know they're gonna name my stand up, and they end up so they oyster them out and they say right now. And they get guilty by ruling. It's about time. So so that's not in a surprise of some sort. So why underneath this stream let make half to make half of what the forcer is? Because the forcer is not only do not only Syria, nothing more Ukraine, South Korea, and other countries. I'm just on a one man deal in one area. So this one I'm very different in the forcer. I need to choose one area and stick with it. So and then it costs more like a big expanded deal and then extended news. So related, the Forcer does not do that. So if you want more extended news about it, stay tuned and stay done with go to my channel and then my streams and they end up in the future to relate to this because that's kind of to give you more clues related to this. So then there's some sort of current news and situation about Syria in the future, also more of Burma and otherwise, and it's some sort and otherwise. So, hope you like my streams. Otherwise, so hope in the next video, any type of clues and what's going on. I'm Joshua the Cat Human, and then see you next time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention right now before I end this stream. Well, it's not. It's yeah, yeah. Tell enforcement right now. It's not by one side getting into choosing its support. It's by well, who is by who's at the end of has the best well popular consumer choice by the end of our military force and military strengths. I'll let you know. So the end of the sea forcer, think again. And then goodbye for now.